לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לה 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 לך דודי, לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ותפארת ולתהילה. לך דודי, לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לה 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 לך דודי, לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, אורי שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי, לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לה 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 לך דודי, לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
בריא ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני העם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה.
לך דודי, לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לה 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 לך דודי, לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
Mizotola min hamidbar Mekuteret mor levona Libatini achoti kala Ani ledodi Dodi livani lo haroeh Dodi livani lo haroeh Dodi livani lo haroeh Dodi livani lo haroeh Mizotola min hamidbar Mekuteret mor levona Libatini achoti chala Dodi livani lo haroeh Dodi livani lo haroeh Dodi livani lo haroeh Dodi livani lo
You shall love Adonai with all of your heart, with all of your soul, and with all of your might. Take to heart these commandments I give you this day. Remember and tell all your children to live by my way. Speak of them when you're home, when you're on your way, when you lie down and get up and go about your day, as a sign on your hand and upon your head, on the side of your doorposts, my commandments may always be read. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shekemo Malechuto Leolam Vaed. Please remember, observe all these words that I've said, to live and be holy for years straight ahead. Egypt I led. Be holy, be righteous, remember the words that I've said. You shall love Adonai with all of your heart, with all of your soul, and with all of your might. Take to heart these instructions I give you this day. Remember and tell all your children to live, oh, to live and remember my ways.
To wide open major town. Every single age is represented all around. You see them everywhere, every street, avenue, or boulevard. Anywhere, any beach, any park, or any yard.
The door Vador for generations and generations and the door Vador, Vador, Vador.
Ecclesiastes said one generation goes and another generation arrives. He got it wrong. For years we all live side by side.
Can you lean on those who arrived here before? Can you learn from those you remember being born?
Can you see that we are all together evermore?
The door Vador for generations and generations and the door Vador, Vador, Vador. The door Vador for generations and generations and the door Vador, Vador, Vador. The door Vador for generations and generations and the door Vador, Vador, Vador. Shabbat Shalom. I'm Cantor Weiss. If you don't know me, you probably aren't usually used to seeing a tall rabbi next to me, so you might not recognize me all the way down here. But I'm here, and Rabbi Aaron is with our teens in Washington, D.C. So you got me tonight. And here is what I was looking for. So we're going to start with, thank you, Miriam. We're going to start with this text that is in this week's Torah portion. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary. In the Torah portion, God says, build me a mishkan, build me a sanctuary so that I may dwell among them. So imagine as I sing this right now, that God is within us, not just inside this brick building, but truly within us. And we'll sing it a couple times, and please sing with me. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, and with thanksgiving I'll be a living sanctuary for you. That's the whole song. Try it with me. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, and with thanksgiving I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Try it on ooh as you learn the melody. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. The first thing that we do is we bring in the light of Shabbat. So I'm so happy to welcome Brad and Vicky, new members of our temple, although it's probably been a year, right? Has it been a year, Brad and Vicky? Close. They joined in the summer. Usually they're in a mask, so it's beautiful to see your faces. So we'll continue with the candle blessings on page 2 in your prayer books. Go ahead. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Thank you, Brad and Vicky. I do want to say Brad jumped right in and joined our Kulanu task force against anti-Semitism. So if you want to hear more about it, we're really just kicking off, and especially after a week like we had this week, there's a lot of work to be done, not only to just simply fight anti-Semitism, to protect ourselves, but to develop interfaith relationships with our brothers and sisters of all different religions in our city, and to educate our congregation, because education is really powerful. So we're at the moment where we think about our week. I know a lot of people know I was really sick the last 2 weeks. I completely lost my voice. This week's Torah portion is about what kind of gift that we can offer. And I will admit that it's hard when you feel like your greatest gift in life is your ability to sing, and then all of a sudden, you can't do it. I had zero voice, and I'm still recovering. But I think it's appropriate that tonight I'm here. I'll talk about this later as serving as clergy, as Rabbi and Cantor. I'm speaking tonight, not just singing, because I can bring a lot to our services that doesn't involve singing. So take a moment, close your eyes, think about your last week. This is a poem written for the Parashat Truma, which means a gift. After I finish the poem, take a few moments to reflect on your week. Any architect out there, a physics student should know, in the design of a window, there's a structure to follow. The angles and measurements leave a wider inner rim so as to maximize the sunshine that is entering in. But the tabernacle's construction had strange innovation. The measurements were inverted for the window's creation. With the inner narrow, light flow was reduced. And from seeming fault, the tabernacle's role is deduced. Windows outwardly angled don't draw sunlight in. Their focus is outwards, spread the warmth from within. The glow of the menorah they amplified around, reverberating beyond like an echoing sound. In every relationship, you're a giver or you're a taker. Fine-tune your focus, zoom in on another. Lend a hand, be a giver, take the time to share. Do your friends a favor when you have a moment to spare. Be a lamplighter, illuminate the night. Take what you have within and use it to ignite. Light up a smile so it shines all around. And when your kindness snowballs, it may just rebound. Don't think about what you need by your door. Rather, focus on what you're needed for. So take a moment to reflect on just that. What have you given this week? What have you received? And what do you hope to give in the weeks to come? Take a few moments for Hazarat HaShavua, a review of the week. We're going to continue with Lachado D on page 20. Lachado D likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. As we welcome the Sabbath bride. Boi v'shalom materet bala gam besimcha uv'sohola toch emunei om segula boi chala boi on page 28, our call to prayer. We continue with Shema on page 34. This reminder of our one God, reminder of the energy, the oneness of everybody in this room or everyone who's watching out there tonight. you feel this connection with God, this connection between us. And we declare, Hear, O Israel, Adonai is one. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 We're going to continue with Micha Mocha on page, is it 42? I realize 42? I think it's 42. We've warmed up. We've praised God. Yes, Carrie? 40. Thank you, page 40. The Israelites were slaves. How could they ever even think that there was a God when they were living amidst pain and torture? Then all of a sudden, they were free. Forget about the fact that they started to complain again. We'll talk about that later. But for a moment, the sea parted, and led by Miriam, they sang these words in amazement. Page 40. Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? Micha mocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, norat tehilot, oh seifele, norat tehilot, oh seifele. Micha mocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, norat tehilot, oh seifele, norat tehilot, oh seifele. We rise for the core of our service, our Amidah on page 46. We begin with these first two lines. Then please take time on your own to pray the words in the prayer book. You might find some really beautiful interpretations on the left sides of the pages. And then when you've completed your prayers, you may be seated. Adonai, Sefatai Tiftach, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha. Adonai, Sefatai Tiftach, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha. We're going to continue with Misha Berach, prayer for healing. 253, page 253. I will ask in between verses for you to please call out names of those who need some extra healing this week, or perhaps they're caretakers, which we pray for caretakers too. If you're online, please begin to write in the names, and I will also write in the names of those who have submitted to our community. Charles Ehrenberg, Sandra Ehrenberg, Dolores Benjamin, Marlene Breyer, Hannah Bat Sarah, Eitan Chaim, David Shields, David Childs, Annie Childs, Woody Clark, Jay Clement, Clifford Connor, Iris and Gordon Cutler, Richard Dickies, Judy Fenton, Gary Goldblum, Patty Goodman, Andy Hale, Helene Hale, Lori Haynes, Naomi Bat Chaim, Ishai Ubrana, Eliza Bat Karen, Lida Katan, Sis Klein, T. Cyrese, Carol Lewis, Kathleen Agnes McCarthy, Sheila Merowitz, Susan Green Merowitz, David Pick, Deborah Rhodes, Warren Roston, Sandy Silas, Lindy Sobel, Mabube Soleimani, Mojde Soleimani, Jesse Taylor, Phyllis Torse, Harava Harona Batsvia Yosef, Helena Wachtel, Paula Warner, Sonia Ann Weggy, Amanda Wolin, Yehudit Bat Nechama V'Mordechai, Howard Zellico. Please say the names of those you're thinking in the room. Scott Shield Lower, Zoe, Tom, and Lancy, David Kunkel, Norma Arujo, Judy Fenton, is Thomas Kai, Daniel, Susie, Ben, John, Meg, Nick, Sonny. Okay. Welcome again. So every day, every week, I have the opportunity to sit with people and talk. Wedding couples, conversion students, B'nai Mitzvah students. Yes, I'm a cantor, but my life as a clergy person is filled with way more than just singing. One moment, I could be sitting with a B'nai Mitzvah student who proudly pronounces, "I just can't wait for my party." And they have no problem announcing this. It's the most exciting part. This gift that their parents gives them is just so exciting. It's this, like they've achieved this grand goal. And then the next moment, I find myself sitting with a wedding couple. And I'm asking them, well, what's your love language? So if you're not in the know, defining your love language is, it's kind of like trendy these days. You can even Google, what is my love language? And it'll give you a quiz. I mean, I don't really know why you need a quiz to figure that out, like, you know, but whatever, anything on Google. So you can Google it. But what are the most popular? Words of affirmation, acts of service, gifts, quality time, and physical touch. These are ways that we can express or receive love. But I've realized something really interesting lately, which is that I sit with these couples, and without a doubt, there's always one person, it doesn't matter, gender, nothing, who pronounces, well, I don't know what I am, but I can tell you I like to give gifts, but I don't like to receive them. Does anybody here relate? Well, I can tell you I thought it was peculiar because I do love to give gifts, but I also really like to get gifts. Like, I'll be honest. Like, I always find it funny when people are like, oh, it makes me feel strange. So, but let's take a step back and figure out why somebody wouldn't like to receive a gift. Maybe you can think in your heads like some reasons. But I'm going to go through some, but I'm going to focus on one that I believe ties into this week's Torah portion. So, take a moment. Think of a time that you received a gift from someone. First, think about that. Some people are laughing. Maybe you haven't gotten a gift in a while. No, I don't know. Did you have a hard time accepting it? Yeah? I'm seeing a lot of nods here. So perhaps you didn't think you deserve it. Perhaps you just don't like being in the spotlight. Maybe you just don't like the pressure that you got a gift, and that means that you have to give one in the future. Like, that's pretty common. Like, ugh, now how am I gonna do this for them next time? But here's another way of thinking of it. Maybe you're just truly upset because you don't think that the motive of the gift giver is authentic. Maybe they're just giving you this gift in public for show or to prove something. Has anybody here felt that way before? Maybe you feel like they're not genuine, and for whatever reason, you don't enjoy the gift because you don't really believe that it was given from the heart. Raise your hand if you've experienced that. Not everyone? Okay. So let's look at the very beginning of Truma. God says, well, I'm gonna say it in Hebrew for those Hebrew speakers, and then I'll tell you what it means. Vayedaber Adonai el Moshe lemor, daber el bnei Yisrael, vayichu li truma me'et kol ish asher yidvenu libo, tichu et trumati. God spoke to Moses, saying, tell the Israelite people to bring me gifts. You shall accept gifts for me from every person whose heart is so moved. That's where things get a little bit different. God just doesn't say just accept any gift. No, only accept the gifts from those who truly are moved to give the gift. So why do we need to feel like the gift giver is giving from the heart? I mean, we all grew up with that phrase, it's a thought that counts. I mean, sometimes that can be from the heart. But sometimes I use that as an excuse, I know that I didn't find the right gift, but it's the thought that counts. And I keep thinking about, like, why do I need to feel like a friend or a family member is genuine in their gift giving? But then I look at this Torah portion, and God tells Moses to only accept gifts from the Israelites whose hearts felt so moved. So if God expects the giver to be genuine, then I think that I should expect the giver to be genuine too. So let's just remember where we are in the Torah. I came upon this teaching from Rabbi Jonathan Sacks. Who here has heard of Rabbi Jonathan Sacks? I find myself quoting Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sacks all the time. So I want to educate you and tell you who he is before I completely quote him. So he's an international religious leader, philosopher, this is from his website, award-winning author and respected moral voice. Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sacks was awarded the 2016 Templeton Prize in recognition of his exceptional contributions to affirming life's spiritual dimension. Described by the King of Great Britain as a light unto the nation, and by former British Prime Minister Tony Blair as an intellectual giant. I will tell you, I find myself studying the texts of Rabbi Sacks very often, to the point that I called someone a few weeks ago and said, is there anything controversial about him? Because these days you got to check, right? It's like, I even typed in Rabbi Sacks scandal. Luckily, nothing. I'm clear. So I just want to say, I've done my research. We can trust him. So this is what he says about the Torah portion. So the first new concept introduced here in Parashat Trumah is the Mishkan, the traveling home of the divine presence as the people journey through the wilderness. But more than that, we are also introduced to a new value, summed up in the word that gives our parasha its name, Trumah. It means gift, a contribution, an offering. The parasha tells us something really important, that the act of giving gives us dignity. Receiving does not. Until that moment, the Israelites had been receivers. Virtually everything that they had experienced had been given to them from God. What did he do? Everybody think about this. They're in the wilderness. He had freed them from slavery. He had taken them out of Egypt. He led them through the desert. He created a path through the sea. When they were hungry, what did he give them? Manna from the sky. He gave them bread. He gave them food. When they were thirsty, he gave them water. And they had almost had to do nothing for themselves. So they became dependent, expectant, irresponsible, and immature. The Torah records their repeated complaints. Reading them, we feel that they were just an ungrateful, difficult, sulky people. But being dependent on God up until this point was necessary. They couldn't have crossed the sea by themselves. They couldn't have found food or water in the wilderness. Complaining literally produced results. I have a new puppy. This is why I cannot just give her everything when she asks, because then she's just going to keep asking, right? That's what I've learned. Okay. So the result is that from their perspective, complaining worked. However, it was time for a change. God was giving them something else entirely. It had nothing to do with physical needs and everything to do with psychological, moral, and spiritual needs. God gave them the opportunity to be givers. So this reminds me of times when I was a child, and I was so excited to finally have saved up allowance to give my mom a Mother's Day gift. Or, and we've spoken about this on the high holidays, that first time that I was able to write a check to the temple, I think it was for $13 for the high holiday appeal. But I felt so excited that I had the opportunity to give. So we can't control the motives of those who give us gifts, but we can continue to promote a culture where it's important to be a giver. Being a giver means that you're recognizing the opportunities, materials, and good fortunes that you have received. Think about the Israelites. In their time when they finally were able to give, that was a way of recognizing, wow, look at what God has given us in our lives. So for what it is to be a receiver, if you never know, what is it to be a receiver if you never knew what it was like to give? Rabbi Sachs, I'll quote him one more time, spoke in a totally different sermon about this. He explained that when the Israelites gave from the heart thousands of years ago, they finally had the opportunity to acknowledge God's presence. He said, but if life is not given because there is no giver, if the universe came into acceptance, imagine that you just think that there's no God. This is who this is speaking to. The universe came into existence only because of some random fluctuation in the quantum field. If there's nothing that the universe knows, we exist. If there is nothing in the universe that knows we exist, if there is nothing in the human body but a string of letters in the genetic code, and to the human mind but electrical impulses in the brain, if our moral convictions are self-serving means of self-preservation and our spiritual aspirations mere delusions, then it's really difficult to feel gratitude for the gift of life. There is no gift if there is no giver. There's only a series of meaningless accidents, and it's difficult to feel gratitude for an accident. The Torah, therefore, tells us something simple and practical. Give, and you will come to see life as a gift. You don't need to be able to prove that God exists. All you need to do is be thankful that you exist, and the rest will follow. So this week, I hope that we can all look around our temple, our community, our city, our state, our country, even amidst the crazy rain and chaos, and recognize that when we give back, we are acknowledging the blessings in our lives. Shabbat Shalom. We are going to rise and go into our closing prayers. I do have to say, is anybody here does anybody have a birthday this month? Yep, we're going to do. Who are you pointing to? You. Okay. Great. You're going to come up in a moment and get a blessing. But please rise. We're on page 282 for Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'teit gedula leotzer breshit, shehu noteh shamayim ve'yotzer haaretz, u'moshav yikaro b'shamayim mimal. Ushchina tuzo begavhe meromim, hu Eloheinu einod, va'anachnu korim, umishtachavim umodim, lifnei melech malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu, v'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz, bayom hahu, yeh Adonai echad, ushemo echad. You may be seated. You can continue in a moment with Kaddish on page 294. Is there anyone in the room who is within 1 week, Sheva, of the passing of a loved one? Shloshim, 1 month. Please rise and share their names. As a community, we think of Joan Ruth Miller Abrams, Helen Berman, Joyce Cates, Dara Rosenblatt Mehta, Rabbi Mark Golub, Ellen Kaminsky, and Zachary Zernick. Anybody here within 1 year of the passing of a parent or a close loved one? We think about Hyman Kamens, Betty Davison, Rose Friedman, Vivian Friedman, Henry Siegler, and Raymond Post. Also, all of the names that you'll see up on the screen from our community who are in this season of Yortzeit. Herman, Adam, and Shekovitz, Hyman Kamens, Tilly, Transkozo, Morris Baum. If you are within 1 year, we did that here. If it's a Yortzeit, please rise and share the name, the anniversary of the passing of a loved one. Nobody here. Helen Rosen Chana Bat Yisrael Vesima, Jack Lerner, Ajingar Lavian. We rise as we say Kaddish for those who have no one to say Kaddish for them, for those who have passed in the violence of recent times, or of COVID, or of any of the illnesses that are in our world today. We're on page 294, or you can look up on the screen. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divra chirute ve'amlich malchute, b'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kari v'imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach leolam ulamei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yit'halal shemei dekudesha b'richu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushvechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min Shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru amen. May the one who makes peace in Israel and all over the land make peace for those in mourning. And we all say amen. You may be seated. We're going to do some announcements. Then we're going to do our birthday blessings. So I have this list here. Sarah's going to help me. Hold on, Sarah. Tomorrow morning. Oh, I love that you can still see me. Tomorrow morning, join us for Shabbat Morning at Emanuel. We will be in the chapel. Those who are online, we will not be streaming Minyan tomorrow. Because we have what is known as Shabbat in the Park, was Shabbat in the Yard this time with Jason Meshes and our rabbinic intern, Alana Ackerman Hirsch. It was going to be Shabbat in the Yard, but due to the rain, it's going to be Shabbat in the sanctuary. So for those who have young kids, please come to Shabbat in the Yard, cross out Yard, Shabbat in the sanctuary. We have lots of people coming. Jason is amazing, amazing, amazing. And Minyan will be 9 o'clock teaching, text study, and 10 o'clock in the chapel. So please join us. And next up, we have extended the Mishloach Manot deadline to this coming Sunday. What is Mishloach Manot? It is tradition for Purim, which is a week from Monday, to give gifts to your community, to send home and tashin, etc. And it's always combined with just a little temple fundraiser. So if you have questions, Tanaz is online. You can ask Tanaz. And go ahead and be a part of our Mishloach Manot. Your name will be written as a sponsor when everybody gets your gifts. And all members do get our Mishloach Manot gift every year. Okay, a week from Sunday, Purim Story Wrapped, based on the hit of Spotify Wrapped or InstaFest, whatever it was called. This is the Purim story told through your favorite pop songs. We also will be releasing a video next week. If you are familiar with Jack Sings on TikTok, there's a song called Victoria's Secret. It's a clever song. So ours is called Esther's Big Secret. And if you haven't seen any of our parodies, like we don't talk about Bruno from last year. Raise your hand if you never saw We Don't Talk About Haman. If you haven't seen it, please go on our YouTube and see it. It'll be worth every moment, I promise. And this year, hopefully this one will be fun too. So I haven't seen the video yet. So that's a week from Sunday. Wait, go back really quick. Everybody can come, bring kids. You do not have to be members. You can register at tbh.org/Purim, and we will have games and stuff for kids and lunch. Then Monday night, for the adults, we have the Book of Esther, fact or fiction, frivolity or fun, a story for everyone. Come have a drink with us and come take a look at the Megillah on the actual Erev Purim, which is a week from Monday night, March 6th. Okay, finally, I'm super excited about this. Please save the date. Friday, April 7th, that is the third night of Passover. The first night's Wednesday night, the second night's Thursday night, this is Friday night. We are having a giant Passover, Shabbat, and community Seder. It is going to be fun. It is going to be festive. It is going to be musical. We have not done a community Seder like this in many, many, many years, since the day school ages, I think. And this is not like the one that we used to do at the Peninsula. This is a very family-friendly, something for everyone. Delicious food, from matzo ball soup to chicken to brisket to haroset to, I like gluten-free matzah. I'm going to have to request gluten-free matzah. Anyways, please, what we want to do is save the date so that you don't plan your family Seders on that night. So the Friday night of Passover, please be with our community. I think that is it. So if you have a February birthday, please come on up here so I can bless you and so that you can get a birthday blessing keychain. Karen, come on up, guys. Come on. Okay. Come stand up here. Tell us your name and your favorite ice cream flavor. You can hold it.
And it's
Two Karens. Hold on a second. There you go. Say it
Karen, and it's chocolate.
Like it.
Karen, and it's coffee chip.
Is there a certain brand that you like? No. Coffee
Just
chip?
ice cream, yeah.
Okay, just ice cream. We're simple here. Haagen-Dazs? Okay. So, talk about when we were reflecting on our week, our year. Every year is an opportunity to be blessed. So, Misha Berach Avotenu V'Imotenu. May the one who blessed our ancestors bless you, Karen, who have come here to celebrate your birthday. For this year, we wish you continued health. We wish for you safety and comfort. May you continue to count the blessings of family, and may you be renewed as you approach the next year of your life. May your body stay strong and your mind sharp, your soul lifted by the presence of loved ones in your life. May you continue to feel the deep personal relationships in those people whom you share your life's journey. And may you pursue the passions that make your life unique and fulfilling. Each and every year of our lives is an opportunity to grow and to find fulfillment in life, no matter what the past year was like. May you find space to breathe and welcome the future with an open heart. Through all of your days, may you feel blessed and safe. May you feel luminous and loved. May you feel joyous and whole. And so we sing in Hebrew, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach. And you get this blessing for your journeys of life. Karen, do you have one yet? You have a couple. Every year you get another one because they wear out, you know. Happy birthday, everyone. All right, we are going to close our service with Oseh Shalom. If you would like to stand up, put your arms around each other if you feel comfortable. Let's end this warm. There's going to be challah in the back on your way out. This is Oseh Shalom by Nava Tehillah, the wonderful group in Israel. Oseh Shalom B'Roma. Baruch atah bevoecha, baruch atah b'tzeitecha. May you be blessed as you came in and as you leave. See you tomorrow morning for Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom.